Lock on! Gabrichu!
Welcome to the Tokusatsu Corner with your hosts Nathan Graves 989, Nightshade 04, and Zero Master. We're on stage. Just try and stop us here at the Tokusatsu Corner.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Tokusatsu Corner, your bi-weekly dose of Tokusatsu. What's up? I am Nathan Graves 989, and with me as always are...
Nightshade everybody, what's going on?
And Zero Master, back again as always.
And Light's here again.
Guess who's back?
And this time we introduced him.
Light is back. Don't
Tell some men. Rub my back, rub my back, rub my back.
God
And
when you thought this show couldn't get any weirder.
welcome to this week's episode of the Tokusatsu Corner.
Yay!
Yay! Now, this is going to be another big show, because we are going to be talking about Kamen Rider Gaim.
It's going to be very fruity.
Oh, it's going to be so fruity, it's going to hurt.
I hope we don't run across any juice. Right, Nightshade? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Now, as once again, we're going to be talking about Kamen Rider Gaim this week. This is going to be the Gaim episode, and we're going to discuss our initial thoughts about the show, because as of this recording, 4 episodes have already been released. And we've got a pretty good concept of what's going on so far. And not dawdle around anymore, because it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for the Tokusatsu News Corner with Nightshade.
It's morphin' time!
Nathan, put down that sack of oranges.
From YouTube's World Tokusatsu News headquarters, this is the Tokusatsu News Corner with Nightshade 04.
And thank you for that introduction. Alright, I guess we're going to start off with SH Figuarts news. SH Figuart Kamen Rider Black RX renewal version has been seen in Tamashii Nation 2013 event. The scheduled release for this particular figure art is going to be April 2014. The figure was teased back in October of last month, and Bandai Nations released Kamen Rider Black renewal version and the Hopper renewal version. The updated versions with screen-accurate representations as seen on the original TV series.
Yay, Black.
Yep, yeah, that's it.
That sounds pretty awesome.
I still need to watch Showa Rider more than just
Oh no,
two
there's
of
more.
them.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, that's pretty anticlimactic. Yeah, they released a doll and stuff.
Yeah. I hate you. It's been nearly 2 years since Kaizuko Sentai Gokaiger ended, and it seems like the demand for Ranger keys just doesn't stop. So that's why the upcoming release of the Zuden Sentai Kyoryuja Ranger set has been announced. The set comes with the complete Kyoryuja Ranger keys, representing each warrior, including Kyoryu Red, all the way down to Kyoryu Violet, and a secret key for a total of 13 keys. Of course, these keys won't make any sounds on the mobile for obvious reasons, so the release includes an original audio device where you can insert the keys.
That's pretty cool, considering that if they're going to keep the Ranger key line going and then releasing these like add-ons, basically, that's pretty cool.
Yep. Pre-orders for the Ranger keys are now open at 16,200 yen and slated for a March 2014 release.
My one question is, those extra things, are they all just going to say the sound for Kyoryuger, or is it going to say for each member of the team, or will old keys work in it? I don't know.
That's the question. I guess we'll find out.
Might be something I may have to review.
Or not, and leave everybody alone.
And finally, D-Boys member Shinji Iragashi announces via the group's official website that he will be retiring from the entertainment industry. Ishigari was known as Hinabino Mari in the 2006 television series Ultraman Metis. According to his announcement, he will be retiring at the end of November. With his graduation from D-Boys, his contract from Watanabe Entertainment will also be terminated.
Is he actually graduating from acting or just from the D-Boys?
From the D-Boys.
Okay, so he's still probably going to act. He's just not going to be part of that group anymore. Right?
Sounds like it, but it sounds more like he's leaving the entertainment industry. I mean, he says he's leaving the entertainment industry, so...
Okay, well maybe I guess he's not doing anything more then.
Right.
Because I know that a lot of people, when they graduate from those groups, it just means that they're not going to be part of that group anymore. Like, yeah. Okay, I guess that's how it works in Japan. Like, you get signed as part of a group, and then you're bound to that contract, and that gets you deals and stuff, but...
Yeah. Alright, and that's all the news this week. These articles and more were brought to you by JE Fusion, the Japanese entertainment blog. So go to JE Fusion for tokusatsu, anime, music, movie, gaming, and entertainment news. Back to you, Nathan.
Alright, another information-filled news corner as per usual.
Thank you.
And it's time we move on with the show because it's time for the Toku music moment.
Oh boy.
This week, we are going to be playing the opening theme to Bakuryu Sentai Aba Ranger, sung by the legendary Masaki Endo.
Masaki Endo? Sweet!
And we will be right back after this song with Gaim discussion.
Hooray!
Yay! And welcome back to the corner. That was the opening theme to Aba Ranger by Masaki Endo.
God damn, he's a god.
His rendition of the Power Rangers theme is amazing.
With all its English.
Okay.
Gotta admit, though, that episode of Power Rangers Lost and Found in Translation kind of pissed me off a little bit.
I thought it was fucking
fantastic. The Japanese
fantastic.
are copying us. It's like, if only they knew.
I thought it was fucking fantastic because it makes all the fanboys shut up.
Really? I'm a fanboy, and that didn't make me shut up.
I love that episode.
The Sentai isn't better, it's different.
Well, actually, that's debatable.
Well, let's not get into a debate about Super Sentai right now.
Especially when the show is based on Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
It's 180.
Fair enough. Alright, let's do this.
Now, normally, it would be that time of the show where we would answer your viewer questions, but we're going to hold that off till next episode. That way we can get much more discussion time with Gaim as possible.
AKA, ask us more questions.
If anyone's left.
Email, Twitter, Facebook, any of those. Or private messages over YouTube as well.
Yeah, anything works.
But now, we are finally going to be talking about our first impressions of the 15th Heisei Rider series, Kamen Rider Gaim.
Alright.
Now,
I just feel like I'm getting a ton of vitamin C just by thinking about it.
Now, let's start this off with what we thought about Gaim when we first heard about the concept with the fruits and stuff.
Who's going first?
Not it.
I'll go first. When I started to look at the designs, I was like, You know, I kind of dig the whole Japanese samurai thing with fruit, though they missed a perfect opportunity to make fruit ninjas. So,
there's still time, Zero. There's still time.
There's still time. The additional rider, because it wouldn't be the second rider this time, could still be a fruit ninja. Who knows? But because there's supposed to be more than the 4 riders that we got so far, personally, like, my first was like, yeah, I'm really digging the blue and yellow, even though blue's sort of been a main color for the last few years, but whatever. I liked that orange was the main color, and because orange doesn't get used that often. Like, yeah, Foe's had those little orange stripes, I guess, on his suit, and O's sort of had, like, orange with the kangaroo metal, but not really used that too often. But, I guess White Wizard had, his color was orange, too, but, the main rider isn't usually orange, so I kind of liked that they went with that. And the only thing that sort of made me go, cringe a little bit is he doesn't have the Kamen Rider eyes, which kind of made me go, doing that again? Okay, whatever. At least the helmet looks cool. But
true.
And at least one of the riders has the eyes that those classic eyes that they have. I just hope that this doesn't become a trend and we lose that, because that's part of the Kamen Rider look ever since the first one. So, anyways, I thought the suit design looked cool. The other riders look cool. I especially like the Dragon Grape one. He looks really cool. But that's all I knew about it at first. The designs and the fucking theme song, which is fan-fucking-tastic. I think it's the first time I've been like, yeah, that's the theme song, in like, since O's.
Yeah, lemons. Yeah.
Lemons of all things, while we're talking about Gaim. Which, we've seen, because the 4 main riders are orange, banana, grape, and melon. I wonder who's gonna get lemon arms. That'll be sweet. Anyways,
lemon arms?
Okay. Anyways, I like the fruit idea. I think it's cool. Even though it's a shameless ploy to get kids to eat more fruit, but... or those
if you eat enough fruit, you become a Kamen Rider.
Or those fruit candies that they sell. Those Gaim fruit candies, but...
Or the fish sausage. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Fucking fish sausage.
The fish sausage. I'm like, what do those two have in common at all?
But anyways, just to cut this off, I thought the designs looked really cool. I liked the theme song, and that's about all I knew about it. So, who's next for their initial thoughts before the show started?
I'll go. You know, I was just like hearing about all the rumors and stuff, and then when images start to leak, and it showed the costume for Gaim, you know, I was intrigued. I thought it was very interesting. I liked how it looked and how it was designed to look like a samurai armor. And then when I found out that the concept of the show was fruit, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little concerned. I was just like, what? Cause like, how do you make fruits cool? Like, Kamen Rider, okay, that's awesome. Fruit, good. But using fruit as like a sort of like power, that's just kind of odd if you just think about it.
I guess. Oh, fun fact. The guy playing Baron hates bananas.
Oh yeah, I read that story.
The first thing he does when he gets a script is to see if he has to eat any bananas.
But, like, one thing that I did notice, which surprised me, was that they were going to have multiple writers and not just, like, main writer and secondary writer, they have been doing for the past few years. And it was more something to the lines of, like, earlier Heisei writer series, like Ryuki and Kabuto, for example. And I thought that was pretty interesting because I haven't seen a show like that where it had like a whole bunch of writers within the series, and I thought it would be cool to watch. And of course, theme song was awesome, and I was actually pretty excited to watch it.
Going back to the multiple riders thing, it has a bit of a Blade feel in terms of like, because there's 4 riders, though there's supposed to be more, so who knows? Because Blade had like 3 riders right off the bat, and then they got a 4th one, so something like that.
Well, I hadn't really heard a whole lot about Gaim because I think it was around like mid-Wizard that, you know, people started leaking images of what ended up to be Infinity and Hyperform, and I was honestly just getting tired of the spoilers, so I pretty much unsubscribed from any Kamen Rider news so I could figure out what the show. So the first time I saw Gaim was in the Wizard finale, and I wasn't a real big, huge fan because he seemed kind of goofy. So at first, like, I didn't know anything about the gimmicks or the lock seed or even that it was fruit-based. I only saw what was in the Wizard finale.
My initial thoughts were, this looks really badass. And then I saw the fruit. My initial reaction was, oh look, they're bringing Fruit Ninja to life, and except they're making him a samurai. Nothing really stood out. The armor looked pretty cool. I mean, they didn't have the Kamen Rider eyes, but that didn't really bother me. To me, it's just like a new generation of Kamen Rider or whatever. Though I'm not certain if they're going to keep the eyes anymore, if they're going to get rid of them and replace them with visors and stuff. But I think that, you know, I'd keep the eyes.
I mean, technically they're still there because Beast had them, and now the new Grape Rider has them. I don't know what his name is. He's a grape dragon. That's all I know.
Wasn't it like Ryuga or something like that?
He's gonna grape you in the mouth.
I think it was a Ryugen.
Ryugen, that's right.
Ryugen. That sounds awesome.
And then he's gonna spill his juice in your mouth. I mean, come. Yeah, that works.
See, I was saying grape you in the mouth. I wasn't trying to go that far, but you just went that extra step.
I go out of my way to make
sponsored by
that.
Tentacle Grape.
Did you know that there's Madoka Magica Tentacle Grape now?
Oh my god.
This episode is brought to you by Fleshlight. Fleshlight, go fuck yourself.
Actually, Zero, it's funny that you mentioned Madoka Magica because this series was written by the same dude who wrote Madoka, apparently.
Oh, we're gonna get some
joy!
fucked up shit
So we're in
later,
for a
aren't we?
treat. Anyway, my ending initial reaction was, this looks cool, but now it looks corny, and now it... Haha, I'm not using corny as a pun. But...
Corn's a vegetable,
looks,
not a fruit.
Yeah, I know. It looks meh. I don't know what to think of it, so... Yeah, I just kind of met in the middle and was like, I cannot make a judgment right now.
Well, now that we've got that out of the way, what about when we watch the first episode? From there on, Me personally, when I saw it, I did not know how to feel about it because, like, there seemed to be a big emphasis on the dance team thing, and it still is a big thing. I'm sure it's probably going to get put to the backside by the time, like, the more serious stuff happens. I also like that the monsters of the day coincide with the story. Like, we've got an ongoing story going here. It's not just like, hey, there's monster of the day, like it was with Wizard, which is okay, I guess, but that gets tiring after a while. The whole dance team thing just kind of put me off. I was just like, here we've got this really cool rider. Maybe he goes back in time to the feudal era or something, because they've done that 400 times, or maybe he just is a cool samurai guy. Or maybe, like, I thought originally it was going to be like, he's from like a family of samurais, sort of like how Shinkenger was, I guess. Mm-hmm. But dance team, I know it's supposed to be replicating like old war games from like Japan and China when they were doing big war stuff, but I don't know, the dance thing, of all things, dance? Really? And it's the thing too is, they basically play Pokemon.
Yeah,
to find out who is the, who gets what's turf. Except they're using monsters, and unlike in Pokemon, where your Pokemon always listens to you, if they drop their lock seed, that thing's going, like, rampant. So
that thing's gonna fuck your shit up.
Pretty much. It's bizarre. I'm like, okay, I see the appeal, because Pokemon's really popular, and the dancing thing, I'm like, okay, I had enough with Ryotaros. We don't need we don't need more dancing. It doesn't need to be a central theme. Thanks. So I was
looks mixed. Like it is.
I was really mixed about the first episode because I really, really liked the design of Gaim, and I thought the main character was pretty interesting. But the dance thing is just, I don't know, man. It's just hard to take seriously. And you know, if this show was going for a goofy tone, I could go with the dance thing, just like the Kamen Rider Club was in Foes, but they're taking it so seriously. It's hard to. I'm not saying I hate the show. I like it so far, but they're gonna have to do a lot of convincing to make us convinced that this is the dance of life, and not make it corny like those dance movies, like fucking, what's the one I'm trying to think of? I don't know. I can't think of the names right now, but bad dance movies like that, like
So you think you can dance?
If they start saying "bitch got served," I don't know. That might make it better, but the whole dance thing just was kind of off-putting.
With me, I was confused over here. I was like, dance teams, really? But it kind of reminded me of Jet Set Radio, but without the graffiti and rollerblades and add Kamen Riders.
And Pokemon.
That was another thing. I was just like, what the fuck? Fucking Pokemon? What?
Pokemon set Kamen Rider instead of Jet Set Radio.
I don't know, but like, I enjoy the dance team thing a little bit, but mainly because I'm viewing it like as if I was playing Jet Set Radio Future, and I love that game. And so, like, I'm not trying to take the show too seriously. I'm thinking with the mentality of Jet Set Radio, and it's actually helped make the show even more enjoyable. Like like, I agree with Zero. It's not a bad show. I like it so far, but like, if you think with like that mindset, it actually helps a lot.
The problem though is, and I go back to comparing this to Foes. Foes, you knew they were being silly. You knew it was silly right from the floodgates. With this, they're trying to be serious, like dancing is a way of life, sort of thing. Like, you can tell that it's not a goofball, it's not an outright goof comedy or anything like that. They're trying to take this dancing thing seriously, and it's just so hard to take seriously.
Well, that's it. You can't take it seriously. That's the problem. They're trying to make this a serious drama about dancing, and that's not going to work.
From what I understand, the dancing's supposed to be parallels, again, to, like, the war times of, like, China and Japan. But dancing, of all things, come on.
Especially how his sister reacted in the third episode when he tried to give her, rent money based on his winnings or whatever.
Exactly.
And she basically, like, acted like he got that money, like, selling crystal meth or something like that. Like, I don't need your blood money. I can raise my own family.
Oh, man. What if the next Kamen Rider season was, like, fucking Breaking Bad?
Oh, my God. I am the head chief.
Kamen Rider Meth Lab?
Kamen Rider Meth, and then there's his lighter cousin, Weed, and then there's his prescription pill friends.
Well, the second rider has to be the weaker drug, so he's Kamen Rider Marijuana.
Kamen Rider Mary Jo sounds better.
Isn't it called Mary Jane?
Mary Jane, that's it. I don't know, I'm not a fucking person who does that shit that you know of.
But anyways, Nathan, continue your thoughts.
Yeah, I do agree that the dancing is a little silly, but like, it's more so with Turf War, really, and like, they could have gone with a lot better options, but like, I think Dance Group is a lot better than like a punk street gang for like a children's show.
Yeah, I could see that going awry.
Although I'm not gonna lie, that would be really entertaining to watch. And I also like how this whole city is just run by one giant corporation.
Yggdrasil or whatever it's called?
Yggdrasil.
Yeah, Egg Drizzle. But so far, I like Gaim. I like where it's going, and I especially like how in the first episode, like Kota, Gaim, didn't have any idea to how to use any of his fucking stuff. And he just had to learn by actually fighting. And I like when series do that, when our hero doesn't know what the fuck he's doing and has to figure out all this shit out on his own.
Kind of like O's and Foes, except for in those they had help.
In O's and Foes they had help, because Eiji had Ankh and Gentaro had Kengo and Yuki. When in Gaim, Kota has nobody to help him with this shit.
Except that one person. Sort of.
Except
vaguely.
creepy two-color eye lady.
Yeah.
Who's only showed up twice in the series so far. But that's enough from me. I'll let these two give their thoughts.
I guess I'll go.
Go for it, Nightshade. Go for it, Nightshade.
Alright. First episode. What can I really say that these two haven't said? I mean, yeah, it's breakdancing. It's breakdancing and also like Pokemon or Beyblade or whatever the hell they want to call this shit. I'm not quite sure where they're going with this. It's kind of weird. Anything outside of the Kamen Rider stuff, it just left me scratching my head. I don't know about you guys, but I just didn't get it. And it took me, when you guys were saying like, oh, it's all about breakdancing is the way of life, I'm like, is that what this was about? I never would have gotten that. I did not know where they were going with this. When the Kamen Rider thing started, I'm like, alright, I get this. This is easy. He's got to learn how to use his belt and the equipment he has now. Like the orange blade. And I have to say, for a first-time fighter, he's actually pretty good. Yeah, what was he was like beating a bear tiger thing?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what the monster of the day was, but it looked pretty cool. I mean, it had a lime green color going for it, which was probably intentional, since this is an entire series is about fruit.
Oh, I just have something I think that will be important to your interest, Nightshade. I freaking love that it's one driver and it's all the fucking same for everyone. That makes toy collecting so much easier.
Oh, the belts are the same?
Yeah, the belts are all the same. Except for, I think, later riders are going to have a different belt, but...
I thought something was weird. Alright.
The only thing that changes are the lock seeds and the face plates. Now, like, and it's funny because the lock seeds have their own sounds and the belt has its own sound, and they work in conjunction. So, if you use a lock seed that isn't for, like, Gaim in the belt when it has the Gaim faceplate, it'll play the Gaim waiting music when you're waiting to transform. You choose the faceplates to change the waiting music, and you use the lock seeds to change the henshin music.
That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty nice, especially considering that collecting for Kamen Rider is getting harder and harder, because when you have to spend $60 to $80 every time you want to buy a driver, it's like, at least this driver's a little more expensive because of it, but I'd rather pay one price than pay over $100 to get everything.
True.
But then there's but then you gotta collect all of the lock seeds.
Well, the great thing is that the candy toy and capsule versions of the lock seeds do the exact same functions as the regular ones. So you don't.
The only
need to
difference
break
is the quality of the toy, I guess.
Well, I mean, if you just want the sounds, you don't have to break the bank to get the GX versions. Especially since a lot of the times they come with other toys. But anyway, sorry Nightshade, continue. I just thought that'd be interesting for you and me since we collect the belts.
Yeah, I gotta collect that. I gotta get the Gaim belt. Actually, I still gotta finish collecting the Kabuto series. But that's a different discussion for a different time. I.e., I have most of them. Anyway. Where was I? Oh yeah, the fighting of the bear thing. I think my favorite thing was the transformation sequence. Zero, I know we promised we wouldn't do this, but can you just show the transformation sequence?
Of course I'm going to show the transformation sequence. How can I not? However, if you're watching on YouTube, sorry, I'm going to have to cut it.
That transformation sequence, though silly, has to be one of the coolest transformation sequences I've ever seen. I'm not saying it's the coolest ever, but it's pretty damn cool.
It is really cool. I like how I like the announcer for it too, like for the driver.
Yeah, he reminds me of that guy from Dance Dance Revolution. Let's DDR! I swear to God. It's like he's got the same enthusiasm. But aside from that, he battles the monster. Doesn't know what the hell he's doing. We have Mystic Two Eyes come out and like, I'm going to vaguely explain how to use this, and I mean very vaguely, like very, very vaguely, like really fucking vaguely.
Like not say anything at all.
And just like vaguely point at shit.
Yeah, and then he gets it, and he's like, I get it, and then, yay, I beat the monster. Still think grown-ups suck, asshole. Which is another thing I have to say. Is it me? Because I really think nobody really wants to grow up in this series. But like one person's trying. Is it just me, or did anyone else catch that?
I get that vibe.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of pissed off because the one girl is like totally mad at Kota because he is trying to like make a living, and then when he quits his jobs to join the team again, she's mad at him because he quit his jobs to join the team.
Women, am I right?
What the fuck? Like,
she needs to shut up and get in the kitchen and make more sandwiches.
He better be getting some pussy, that's all I'm saying.
Jesus.
Hi, women viewers, all none of you.
None of our women viewers.
Tokusatsu Corner. We're not misogynist, I promise.
We're not misogynists, we're just insensitive.
But don't break balls if you ain't gonna put out.
Don't break balls if you're just gonna contradict yourself later.
Yeah. But it ends. I guess it just ends. It just kind of stops. Like for me, it just kind of stopped. I'm like, okay, okay, we're over. It's over. Okay. So, first episode. I'm not saying it's gonna be horrible. I'm going to keep an open mind about this because I said the same. Because I said, "Oh, this is gonna be horrible," and then I changed my fucking tune so fast after I saw Chainsaw Leg. So I'm gonna.
As soon as you guys saw Chainsaw Leg,
I changed
Castle Chainsaw Leg.
And now we have Dragon Castle Chainsaw Leg.
Oh man.
But I'm going to hold out. I usually give all series a 5 to 6 episode waiting period to impress me. So I'm going to give this 5 more episodes, which I hear is very generous. So I'm just a nice guy. So first episode was, I guess, yeah, I watched it. Okay.
Well, I mean, I kind of had the same reaction to the first episode you guys had. Like, really, dance teams? Like, I was like, I can't even finish Deno just because the, Ryotaro or Ryutaros? I don't know. Names are so weird.
Oh, you're missing so much goodness.
Ryotaros, Momotaros, Kentaros, Urataros.
The movies do not do Deno justice. The series is fantastic.
Step up,
I couldn't get past the freaking dance scenes. I just couldn't do it. And now that the entire Kamen Rider season is all about dance scenes, I'm like, fuck it, we'll do it live. So,
Zero. I'm sorry, I gotta say this. Step Up is the movie I think you're thinking of.
Step It Up, and then Step It Up 2, and then Step It Up 7. God
okay,
damn
I'm sorry, lad. I just had to clear that up with Zero. Okay, continue.
Okay. So up until he transformed, I wasn't impressed with anything whatsoever about Gaim.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one who felt that way.
I wasn't impressed by anything in the story. But once he did transform, it did get a little better. Like, I mean, I'm kind of getting tired of the guns attached to the swords, though. Because, I mean, we had it with Wizard, it transformed, and now Gaim can be even lazier, and it's just, like, moving his hilt a little bit, and it's in gun mode.
It reminded me of the Ixa gun. Ixa blaster.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
it's called Ixa Caliber.
Yeah, Ixa Caliber.
Eek's a pain in my ass. Anyway, let's see.
Eek's a village bicycle.
Eek's a Kamen Rider Go 4.
So, I mean,
Eek's a me,
yeah,
Mario.
God damn it.
Eek's a me, Mario. Yeah, once he transformed, it got a little better. I mean, when he started fighting all that stuff. But I think the best part of the first episode was probably the finisher. Just because when he finishes someone off, it looks like he's slicing an orange. I thought that was amazing.
It's funny because when he first did the attack, I'm like, oh, that's it. And then he did the final part of the attack, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's bitchin'.
That's awesome.
It's way better than the pineapple finisher. Oh my god, I hated the pineapple
The pineapple
finisher.
kick is fucking awesome. It's Rider Kick, dude.
I hate it.
You hate the Rider Kick?
I hate his Rider
Get
Kick.
out.
I think it's the fact that he puts the pineapple on the Invest's head.
Yeah, that might be it. That might be it.
Come on, Zero. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, granted, this
All
is a
of you
children's
get
show,
out.
but come on.
The Rider Kick's awesome.
No.
The only
I'm
finisher
saying that,
worse than
and I'm saying that because I openly
the
hate
pineapple.
pineapples. I
Only
hate
finisher
pineapples.
worse than the pineapple is the freaking banana. I hate that finisher.
Never saw the banana.
Oh, I hate the banana.
Chains. So leg kick was the awesome thing. That was an awesome Rider Kick. This just looks silly. Granted, it's a children's show, but come on.
I just find it funny that he puts the pineapple on the monster's head.
He's like, here, hold this for me.
Wasn't it like this huge freaking giant spider thing that could easily like shake it off in 2 seconds too?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like the cone of shame for dogs.
Guys, we're applying logic to Kamen Rider. Let's talk about the riders themselves, like the characters playing the riders.
Yeah, I was actually gonna suggest that.
Like, okay, so you know what? Since I've gone first last 2 times, I'm just gonna go first again. Kota, I thought at first, you know, he's gonna be a nice guy, like they did it, and he really tries to be a nice guy, but he's really bad at like, you know, doing that. And I mean, so that he means well, but his execution is just like, he doesn't think it through. Like when he gets his when he first gets his powers in episode 2, he starts using his powers everywhere, thinking it'll make everything easier and everything better, and it doesn't. And then when he starts helping out the team and getting their rank up, it helps the team, but they're at least the one girl's pissed off because they're not really earning the spots. He's just doing all the work.
Oh, shut up. She can suck a dick.
And when he brings the prize money home to his sister doesn't want the prize money because he didn't really work for it. I mean, technically he won the battles, but he didn't really... All he did was transform into that guy and into the rider and just pretty much have an unfair advantage over everyone else. So, like, I think the problem is that he doesn't, he means to do well and to make others happy, but he does it the wrong way, and I feel like that's going to become a thing. As for the other riders, Baron, he's just a douchebag who is like, who is basically the schoolyard bully.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty much what he is. He pretty much tries to get... He pretty much openly insults Kota, calling him a coward and stuff, and then, like, challenges him to a fight. Because that's the least cowardly thing you can do. As for Mr. I'm not the head of an evil corporation, he has no personality. He's just a psychopath. In fact, I'm trying not to spoil too much, but he openly tries to murder someone. In case you guys aren't caught up. And then there's the other guy, who's the dragon grape guy. He's just sort of living a double life. Don't really know too much about him yet. And that he wants to bone the one girl. He really wants to bone her. So, yeah, that's the riders so far.
He wants
Nathan?
to put his banana in her grapefruit.
I don't know why that reminds me of that one GIF I was, one GIF I was sent, but I won't mention it on the podcast. But anyway, I really like Kota, because he actually, like, you see him, he's actually a flawed person, because when he does get the Sengoku driver and has the powers of Gaim, he uses it for him. He's actually starts using it for himself so that he can help people. So he's actually a little bit selfish.
That's refreshing.
Yeah, cause like with the past few writers, they've helped people, but they wanted to help people. It wasn't like really a selfish thing. But for Kota, like he tried to use the powers of a Kamen Rider to help him with his odd jobs.
I think the last time we really saw that was Kabuto, because Tendo, yeah, he ends up helping people, but he's doing it for his own good.
But anyway, yeah, like I really like that about Kota. Like he wants to help people, but you can sense like the selfishness about it, and especially when he helps the team out using the Kamen Rider powers to win invest fights and have them rank up. And he's just he's just basking in the glory, like to the point where he's even just fucking around in that one fight because he knows that he could just win easily. But I don't want to spoil too much, but I do like what happens later on in the, I think it's third or fourth, one of those. I really like what happens there and the more development for his character. And I think they actually did a really good job with that. And I really like how they fleshed out Kota. And as for the other writers, Baron, as you said, stereotypical douche. He really doesn't have much of a personality on him right now, asides that he wants to achieve total victory, and that he's a pretty big asshole. The Melon Man, we don't really know much about him yet, so really can't make a judgment on him. Aside from he's a douche too, but more so than Baron. And as for Yugen, honestly, he's just really there right now. But I feel like they are going to flesh him out even more, and I really can't wait till I see his character grow more in the series.
I don't know, I hate majority of these characters because they don't really seem to... I like the main character because he is selfish and he's using the belt like outside of battle, and it's just really refreshing to see like a normal guy. Like he's not like, I must do this in secret and I must also help people. No, I'm going to use this in public and not give a shit. And it just seems right now. We finally have just an ass doing this.
So I kind of had the same initial feelings that you guys had about the characters, but I kind of had a slight realization that maybe they're supposed to start out as douchebags, because if you start out the characters, liking them exactly, how they are, so basically like Double or Wizard, then there's no real room for character development. So if you start out not liking them and then they learn and become better people, that's I think what they're going for, to have a flawed character and then to have him grow from it. But
all the writers have been flawed. It's just some of the, like, in certain situations, like Wizard, they didn't really flesh out his character until later.
Contrary to what you guys said, Baron is actually my favorite character right now. Just because I like the asshole type characters, because they don't do it a whole lot in Sentai Kamen Rider. Not really that much. I think the closest thing we had to that was Kyoto Gray. I think was the only real person that we had kind of similar to that. But yeah, Melon Guy's crazy. I didn't even know what fruit he was until you guys said it. I tried to figure it out, but never could. But you know, he's all right, and great character. I'm not really a fan of. Just that whole double eye thing kind of puts me off, but I can definitely see a power struggle gonna come up between him and Gaim now that Gaim has 2 beat writers. So I could see that happening.
And of course, we have to talk about best character in series, the fucking DJ that acts as our pseudo narrator for the show.
Fucking love that guy.
That guy is awesome.
Is it bad that he reminds me kind of Killer Bee?
Of who, sorry?
Killer Bee. From Naruto.
No, I wouldn't know, because I don't watch Naruto.
Killer Bee's the black guy who raps.
There's the... Oh my god.
There's a ninja who raps.
Jesus.
Anyways. I love the DJ guy, he's fucking awesome.
Best character, GG. How about we, end the discussion topic with what we think will happen later on in the series and what we hope happens in the series.
Initially, like I said, I didn't, excuse me. I like the show, but I feel like it's going to be hard to take serious because of the whole dance motif thing. I'm hoping that they focus less and less on the whole dance team stuff and more on what the hell is going on in those weird areas inside the lock seeds. I feel like that's going to be a more important point than, oh my god, my dance team is #1. And the whole corporation thing. I think that's going to probably be a big play into it too. I just basically hope that the focus shifts to this more serious stuff than the dancing. Yes, Zero Master, am saying I want them to take it seriously. The guy who was bitching people out for not liking foes because it was silly. Yes, I want it to be serious. Does that seem weird? Does that seem weird to you guys?
Seriousness and my Kamen Rider? Get the fuck out.
It's perfectly normal, Zero. Nathan, run!
The guy whose favorite series is O's because AG is silly. And Ankh is awesome. And the ending is fucking fantastic. But, anyways, yeah, the guy who likes the cheesier shows, like Foes, Dead-O, O's, is wanting this to take it a little more seriously. But, yeah, I just hope they shift the focus to that, because that seems like it's going to be a better storyline than who's #1 in the dance-offs. And that's my thoughts. Nathan?
I hope they had to win the dance-off to save the juice bar. Like, what I really want to see is just like more emphasis on the Invest Wars, but obviously with the Armored Riders more so, because it's pretty much shown that the Armored Riders can just beat down and invest with little trouble.
Oh, you know what I want to see? I want to see one of the riders use one of those shitty zebra stripe fucking lock seeds and see what that makes.
It's just a giant pile of shit.
Shitty arms.
Things are gonna get dirty. But
I'm only 29.
I get it.
God damn it. But anyway, yeah, more on the turf wars. I actually want there to be like a turf war struggle, and not with just like dance shit, like the stages, like their actual turf be in danger.
Yeah, I don't mind if there's a turf war. Just if they're gonna do all their, if they're gonna have dance-offs, that's gonna be a problem.
That's going to be the final battle in Gaim. They're just going to have a big dance-off.
I'm sorry, but...
Oh man, what if, like, in the final battle, it's Gaim and Baron, they're fighting, and in the background it's just, like, people dancing.
That is okay.
I actually want to see that now. I want to see that, what I just mentioned. And, obviously, find out if the show is going to be dark, because I haven't seen Madoka, but I heard that it was a pretty dark show, and I also read in interviews that the writer wanted to do something different with Kamen Rider, and I always appreciate people taking a property in their own and putting their own spin on it. And I really want to see what this guy wrote and see what kind of shit he's come up with for the series.
Light?
Alright, your turn, Light.
Well, what I really want to see is the Kamen Riders can keep their lock seat. Everybody else gets scats. The Kamen Rider needs a new set of friends every week because his other friends get shot and killed.
Have you been playing Grand Theft Auto?
Let's make it a real turf war.
Have you been playing Grand Theft Auto?
No.
Tell us the truth.
Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad. Skyler, why?
We gotta cook, Jesse.
Jesse, we have to cook. No, that's it. The Kamen Rider gets lung cancer and will do anything to provide for the dance team. That's what I want to see. Nathan wants to see it dark. Let's go dark.
No, every time they go dark, it gets terrible. Or boring. Like Fies.
But if you want my real opinion, it's probably going to be something stupid like, the cheesy, the whole war is over and they fight that big, guy causing all this shit. And then they're like, oh, yeah, well, let's have a dance-off just to see who's better. I know that's going to be in the finale. It can't not be.
And then Ryutaro shows up with all his zombie dancers.
While in gun form, it just shoots everybody.
Icha.
Okay.
The girl has to turn to prostitution just to keep the other teams off of Gaim's back.
Oh, you know what I just realized? In both Gaim and Den-O, the dragon is purple and uses a gun.
Oh shit! I never realized that. Oh shit!
Not clever, Japan. Maybe too clever.
I'm suing.
Maybe you should come up with better ideas, Japan. Stop repeating yourself. Fuck.
But anyways, Light, continue your thoughts, please.
I'm done.
Right. No? I guess we're just gonna have to be hopeful for the future. I'm hopeful.
I'm too. I like the show so far.
I give it about a C so far, but it's only been 4 episodes.
I'll give your face a C. Oh!
Vitamin C, bam!
God damn it.
Shit, you turned that around. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Kamen Rider Gaim. They are available for download through Acer subs, not Overtime.
Because
and
Overtime
TV
just decided, you know what? We're not gonna sub this one, even though every year we say we're not gonna sub the new Kamen Rider, and then we end up doing it anyways. But you know what? This time, let's break the mold. Yeah, sub 4 Kamen Riders in a row. Don't sub the new one. Fucking Overtime.
But yeah, shout out to Acer for picking up the show.
Yeah.
And that's going to do it with the discussion. But now, just run through some quick little advertisements. As we mentioned, you can watch stuff like Kamen Rider Super Sentai from Overtime subs, Acer, and TV Nihon. But if you prefer streaming your Tokusatsu, Henshin Fever on Facebook and Super Sentai TV, they have large libraries of Toku readily available for viewing on Facebook. And also a big shout out to JE Fusion, where we get all of our stories for the Tokusatsu News Corner. If you're interested in collecting toys, check out CS Toys Japan and Hobby Link Japan at HLJ.com. Follow the Tokusatsu Corner on Twitter at Tokusatsu Corner, and you can get updates on when the episode's going to be and various other news. Follow each of us individually on Twitter. Check out our YouTube channels. Check out one of Zero's 1 million channels, but more specifically his review channel for reviews and such on video games and Tokusatsu.
Just an update, more Henshin time is coming. I just finished my Halloween reviews for this year. One on Witches of Vampires for DS, and the other was Death Spiles for the 360. Please watch those reviews if you get a chance. They're not getting many views. And I'm going to cap off my Den-O reviews next time on Henshin Time, and have something Power Rangers related for the next episode after that. So, stay tuned to that.
Follow Nightshade on his YouTube channel, where he has a bunch of Tokusatsu fandubs and recently Ruby fandubs. Check out my channel for the Nathan Greer Show and Let's Plays. Let's Play projects still coming up. Still have some stuff I need to work out. And actually, a new episode of the Nathan Greer Show was released not too long ago, and I interviewed a pro gamer from the Dota 2 Mouse Sports team, Cinderin. And go check that out. And also check out Light's channel, where he has his Aquarium Abridged, and you uploaded an episode pretty recently, right?
Yeah, I think within the last 2 months.
Yeah, go.
So, I'm getting back into the groove of it.
So go and check that out, and be sure to check out his game that's going to be released whenever it's done.
Give it a couple of years.
You got 2 years.
I got 2 years. Half-Life 3 confirmed.
You got a code, Jesse. But,
Jesse,
anyway.
we have to code.
Check out.
Yeah, Mr. White, compilers!
God damn it.
Check out 91.8 The Fan for various Asian music and video game music. Be sure to check out Henshin a Go-Go. Miracle of Editing. Henshin a Go-Go. Hosted by Bobby Henshin. He hosts it Monday through Fridays. And also check out Nightshade's weekend show, Night After Dark. And yeah, if you're ever listening to them, just show them some love. And if you have any questions, suggestions, any fan art, any artwork that you can do, or whatever you want, send us an email to tokusatsucorner@gmail.com. And also be sure to follow us on Facebook. Just a big shout out to our sponsor, Gaim. Gaim is a retro video game shop owned and operated by our good friend Chicken Wings. He has great stuff for sale. I had gotten great deals from him. You can contact him through Facebook. Just search for Gaim on the Retroware video game store, and you'll be able to find him. And we here at the Tokusatsu Corner are proud to be sponsored by Game On, because when you game hard, you game on. That's going to do it for this episode. I'd like to thank you for joining us here at the Tokusatsu Corner, your 40-minute to usually 2-hour dose of Tokusatsu. And join us next week, shall you, as we're going to be talking about more about Tokusatsu. And also, as you've noticed, Nightshade hasn't been saying anything. He had to leave early for the episode, sadly. But he will be back next time, and I want to thank Light again for joining us again for the second show in a row.
Ah!
It's amazing.
Yay! Like old times. Except with no wife breathing down my neck. Yay!
Yay! Divorce!
Hooray, divorce!
But anyway, for the Tokusatsu Corner, I'm Nathan Graves 989.
I'm Zero Master.
And I'm divorced.
And for Nightshade, we'll see you all next time.
Except for Light, because he's divorced from us.
Ah.
We want half.
Do I get half the assets?
No, we get half.
Give me half.
Ah.